Hi, this is Ghost, and welcome back. And it's been a long time since I said that. Although that said, I think I said this in my last video that I did. It was a long time since I said welcome back last time as well. And I wanted to try and be a bit more regular. And I suppose in some respects, I have been quite regular. It was about a month since I did the last video. And I think it was a month before that. Although I have stated each time that I want to be a bit more regular. When I say a bit more regular, I want to try and get back to the good old days where I was uploading once a day or once every couple of days. And I don't have the issue where I can't do that. I've worked out my internet enough that I can actually upload every day without going over my data caps. So I am going to try and do that. Although don't hold your breath. As history has proven, I'm not always the best at keeping up with those ideas. But anyway, moving swiftly on from that, I also wanted to sort of give a little bit of a brief explanation of why I haven't been uploading. It's not because I've been lazy, not the usual reasons of the fact I've just pronasticated and I've been a bit lazy. I haven't been in a particularly positive frame of mind, and I didn't really want to make a video where I wasn't feeling great because I felt that it would come out in the commentary and I would be a bit negative. So I've waited a little bit longer till I was a little bit, let's say, more happy, in a more positive frame of mind, so the video hopefully would sound a little bit better than if I was a little bit miserable. So that's why part of the reason it has taken so long, although that was for a little bit, and then I've just been putting it off. I just haven't been feeling, I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to say, so on and so forth. I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. But that's enough dribble about that. I wanted to get on to the actual main topic of the day. And in the eyes of uploading more regularly, we've also got some great new content that's going to be coming out. Well, not specifically, I've got great content ideas. I do have some ideas that I want to try and put into fruition, but I've also got some series that I want to carry on with the operator ideas with the Rainbow Six. I think that's gone down really well. I've got some great suggestions from you guys, and I want to cover those in an upcoming video, so I will get back onto doing that. I think that's what my last video was, and I do actually want to do that again. But I tend to be rambling. I am rambling. I don't tend to be rambling. I just am rambling, and I do this a lot, so I do apologise if you do get a little bit bored with me getting a bit tongue-tied, because I lose myself in my own mind. I kind of think of this one train of thought and I jump off to it. I think I said this in my last video as well, so I do apologise if I jump around a bit too much. But yeah, new content that's coming out. It's not that I've got the ideas of new content, but there are some great games coming up in the upcoming few weeks, months that are coming up. We've got some great new games that are coming out, and I'm really excited, I have to say, with the idea of this new Call of Duty. It looks like the Call of Duties of old, which are the ones that I really enjoyed. I loved the old Call of Duties. World at War was one of my favourite Call of Duties, and Black Ops 1, I loved those two games, and I have to say, from what I can see and what I've heard so far about World at War, nearly said World at War. I keep going to go and say World at War. I don't know why I just hit the desk. I slamming my hand down in sort of frustration that I got it wrong. I keep going to go and say World at War because it kind of looks a little bit like it, but it is Call of Duty World War II. It is set in the same timescale as well, but we don't have well, I suppose we do actually have the vehicles in that in the war game mode. The vehicles are returning, so I think they've looked at it quite a lot, and they've gone, well, that game was really popular with people. If it wasn't for the hackers and all the people ruining that game, it would have been an epic game. But yeah, I've talked along that for way too long. I do want to do a little more Call of Duty and get back to try and do maybe some cool shotgun gameplays of what I started my channel out on. And that was why I started this channel, was because I was enjoying playing Call of Duty and I was enjoying playing games, and that's what I wanted to carry on doing. And why I've sort of been a bit lackluster is I haven't necessarily been enjoying games so much. That said, I have been really enjoying playing this game. Also, I wanted to say there is some other stuff coming up. There's the new content for Rainbow Six Siege. I've completely butchered that a little bit, didn't I? There was no transition there whatsoever. I wanted to play review the new content for Rainbow Six Siege. The game changed up so much from the last ad in the last set of operators. Mirror made some rooms that were completely undefendable, sort of the top pick rooms, or not really top picked, but they were much more defendable, and made rooms that were already difficult to defend or difficult to attack much more difficult to attack, with the addition of her mirror windows. And it changed the game up so much and made certain operators more powerful. Like Twitch Twitch has never been a weak operator, but Twitch was a great counter to mirror, so that was then another reason to want to play Twitch, was because of this. So I'm really interested to see what these new operators are going to bring. Hopefully it will maybe mean the end, or not the end, but a slight deterrence of people rushing in, balls to the wall with Ash so much. If we have these two new trapper operators, I'm really excited to see that. And also the more tactical version of Fuse with the, what's her name, Ying. Really excited to see what the game's going to be like with the addition of these characters. So I will be doing that. Unfortunately, it has been delayed, so I'll probably be playing that on the technical test server. I do have Rainbow Six Siege on the PC as well, although I am pretty bad at it. I've only played a very limited amount of it. But anyway, moving swiftly on. We also have some new content coming out for Battlefield 1. There's the new in I think, I can't remember what the name of the map, Lipovka Pass or something like that. No, Lipovka's the name of a town in here. Something like that, Pass, in Battlefield 1 that just got released to us. And there's the 2 new night maps as well, which I want to go and play through. And I really want to see what the game's sort of got up to at these points, because they made so many changes since the release, and I haven't played it in about 3 months now, I don't think. So I do want to have a look back at Battlefield 1, and I would love to have a look through some of this new content, which I will be doing as well. So I've got lots of different things that I want to go back I want to do over the next couple of weeks. And also we've got PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds, which has sort of taken the gaming world by storm. At least I'm not aware of it, there probably is, but a game that's in early access that has done this well, it is huge. There are so many people playing it, there are so many active players, and I have to say, I'm going to compare it slightly with Battlefield 1 here. Part of the problem with, a lot of people say that the problem with Battlefield 1 is there's a lack of content. There's not enough maps, there's not enough weapons, there's not enough variety, and then we look at games like this, which is, let's be fair, this is one of the most successful games currently available, possibly because there's not a lot of other games to play at the moment. That's part of the reason that it is so popular. But it hasn't got a massive amount of content, which everyone's complaining Battlefield 1 doesn't have any content. This game has 1 map and about 15 weapons in it. Battlefield 1 wipes the floor with this game for the amount of content, but it's still not as popular. The main reason I feel that it's not as popular is I don't feel it's a challenge. Battlefield 1 is quite a simple game, it's quite fun, you can pick it up, it's a bit more sort of arcadey, and it's not really that challenging. I don't know whether, well, that's not necessarily true for everyone, I just don't find it that challenging. This game, however, I find incredibly challenging. I'm not particularly brilliant at this game. Sometimes I'll do okay, I've got a few chicken dinners, but I don't play it solo. I can't stand this game solo, I find it way too campy, and I am not good enough to get around the people camping. My reactions are way too bad. I'll see someone in the room and I'll be like, oh, there's someone there. I probably should shoot that. Ah, damn it, they've already killed me. Whereas I find if I'm playing in squads, I don't have to worry quite so much about that. And sometimes I can get carried by friends, which is always quite nice to have that happen. But because this game's a challenge, I find it's a lot fresher, and I always want to be trying a bit harder. I'm not trying a bit harder, but I always want to be getting better. And I don't feel there's that sort of progression in Battlefield 1 for me. I find that this is a lot harder for me to play and a lot harder for me to do well, which gives me that sort of incentive to want to go back and play it again and again and again and get better constantly at it. And I think that's part of the reason that this game's so successful. And also because the map is so large and the circle finishes in different points 90% of the time, although a lot of them seem to end up on military island for me anyway, and that never really goes very well. I always end up doing pretty poorly if I end up on the military base. But going back, they always end up in different spaces, which means you've got to learn every part of the map, and it can always play out differently. The circle's not guaranteed to go to these certain spots. Sometimes you get a building, sometimes you get a tree, and it all varies so much. And so because of that changed up so much, I think it keeps the game very fresh, and it piques my interest, and it keeps me wanting to go back and playing the game over and over again. So guys, this is coming towards the end of the video. If you could leave me a comment down below if you enjoyed this and would like to see more from me, I'd be more than happy to do a few more PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds videos, as I think I actually have more game time in this than I do in Battlefield 1. So I do think I need to probably go back and play a little bit more of Battlefield 1, as I have lacked on that a bit as well. But anyway, guys, I've also been mucking around in After Effects recently, and I made a little outro. If you could let me know what you think of this, it would be awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye.